Hey everyone, so here is the review for the first chapter test, part one actually. If you look at number one, that's pretty much a definition. Look for it. It's in your notes. I'm not going to give it to you. You can find that in your notes. Chapter 7 is the very first notes we took for chapter 7 actually. Maybe second one. And if you look at number two it says the two pentagons are similar, and then here's the names HAPIE and WYRSN, and then you're gonna have to do two things on the test. It's a list all pairs of congruent angles. So like one of them will be listed, and you pretty much have to match up. Just put the angles that match up with the first pair. And again, if you take these, and I think I've done this for everybody's class. But if you stack them on top of each other like this, then you can see which letters match up with which letters. Like angle E matches up with angle N. Okay, angle H matches up with W. And then A matches up with Y. And then P matches up with R. And then I matches up with S. Okay, so those are the list of the congruent angles. And then it says fill in the ratios of the corresponding sides. Right? So then the other thing we have to do is look at the side lengths and write them as a proportion. So here you have HA. HA is these two letters, and that matches up with WY. And then AP is the second and third letter, so that matches up with YR. And then PI is next, that goes with RS. IE matches up with SN. And then EH matches up with NW. And be careful with these because they may be mixed up. They kind of won't go in order how they went in order here. And the reason why I put this down here is because this is how you're going to see it on the test. On the test, it won't be like a regular fraction like this, A over B. It's going to be more like this. Okay, so just be aware of that. You're going to have to do something similar to this, but it's going to look more like this. So in here would be like WY, and then here would be YR. Okay. So that was the second question that you'll have to do on the test. And then if you look at the third one, the third question, we have to figure out these missing side lengths, right? Well, they tell us that the two pentagons are similar, so then that allows us to find the missing side lengths. So what I want to do, like, I know this side, which is US, is corresponding sides with AR. So I know those two sides are corresponding sides. So what I could do is write a proportion, 18 over 24. And then if I take, let's say I take and I want to find W first. If I want to find W, I know that's corresponding sides with this one. So then I would write 21 over W. And then you would cross multiply and divide to figure out that answer. So 24 times 21 divided by 18. So I know W is 28. Okay. And then we just continue all the way around to figure out these other ones. Now I can keep using this 18 over 24. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 of them we need to find. Right. The only thing that's going to change is the second ratio. Like for x, again, this side is corresponding with this side, so I write 12 over x, and then cross multiply and divide. 24 times 12 divided by 18. That's 16. And then to find y, well, y, this side is corresponding with this side. So you go 15 over y. And then again do 24 times 15 divided by 18. That's 20. Okay. And then the last one is z. And that's 21 and z are corresponding sides. And then again just do 24 times 21 divided by 18. So z is 28. And remember that shortcut, the shortcut that I've been doing, I don't know if you visually saw it, is you multiply the two numbers that are across from each other like this and divide by that third number. Okay. So that's number 3, and there's only 2 other ones on here. So pause it if you need to look at this, or rewind it if you need to. And then 4, we just did something like 4 in the warm-up the other day. Remember, I like to pull out the triangles. You should. This is this triangle, MPO. Here's MPO. I know this is X, and I know that's 12. And then the bigger triangle, MNL. This is 32, and then be careful with this side length, because this side length goes from here to here. So it's 12 and 6, which would be 18. Okay, and up here in the directions, it does tell us that the triangles are similar, so I know the sides are proportional. Okay, so then we can just write a proportion to solve for x. We're going to take these two and put them on top, x and 12. X is corresponding sides with 32, so I put 32 under here, and then 12 is corresponding sides with 18, so I put 18 down here. And again, like before, it's just 12 times 32 divided by 18. And this one gives you 21.3. It's 3333 repeating, just put 21.3. Don't worry about putting the line over it or anything, just 21.3. Hopefully you could see all that. So let's look at 4. If you look at 4 again, it tells us that the two triangles are similar. So I'm going to pull out the smaller triangle. That's 16 and 8. And then the bigger triangle, what is it, CBA? Now we're looking for AB, which is this length. They don't have an X on there, so I'm just going to put an X there. That's what we're looking for. And the other measurement we know is this length. But be careful, because that goes from 14 and 16. So what is that? 14 plus 16 is 30? Yeah, so I know this is 30. So then these are the two similar triangles pulled apart, right? I pulled them apart. And then I can write my proportion. I'm going to take these two numbers, put them on top, 16 and 8. And then 16 is corresponding sides with 30. And then 8 is corresponding sides with x. And then just cross multiply to divide. 30 times 8 divided by 16. X equals 15. And there will only be one of these on the test. I just did 2 of them so you can see 2 different examples. Okay. And then the last one just says pretty much you're going to get like one pair of triangles, just one pair. And then you're going to have to figure out, is it, let me put this down here, I guess. Are the triangles similar by angle, angle, side, side, or side, angle, side? Okay, you have to figure out how they're similar. And again, based on the information that's given, or based on the diagram, that's how you know which one of these to choose. Okay. So if you look at these two triangles, this is giving me information about a side length, this is giving me information about a side length, and this is giving me information about a side length. And it's the same for both of them. So I bet those two are going to be similar by side, side, side. Pretty straightforward. If you look at these two pairs of triangles, that's information about a side. This is information about an angle. That's information about a side. So guess what? Side, angle, side. And again, it's the same on both of them, right? Side, angle, side. And then the last one gives us information about this angle, and we know this one. Like, we know that information. We know those vertical angles, so we know those two triangles are congruent. So I know, those two angles are congruent. So I know those two triangles would be similar by angle, angle. And that's it for part 1.